everybody, and wait, you're in charge.
Yeah, I'm in charge.
Fucking Christ.
See, I can emasculate you. Like,
oh, that's not gonna hold up.
Oh no. No, unfortunately for you all, you're here for
Click on it. Just
how not to plan an anime convention. I'm Thomas.
I'm Max.
And we are the Foundation for the Eradication of Gen 5 Pokemon. And in case you need a little background on our credentials for being here, it's listed here as such.
Thomas?
Yeah.
Why these photos?
Because,
why not like photos of us presenting at conventions?
Because we're trustworthy enough to be seen with the Forest Service mascots.
Next question.
Yeah.
Why do you mention I have a cute dog but not put her in the slide?
Because I didn't think she was important enough to add.
Let me fix that. There we go. That is Kiki. She is adorable. She's a Border Collie Chihuahua Rat Terrier. Her two modes are, I'm going to eat all your hands, and I'm going to sleep on your shoulders because she thinks she's a parrot, and I'm terrified she's going to fall and break her leg, but that's where she lives, and I haven't seen her since Saturday. I missed her so much.
And I'm going to rip you away from her
no
one more time. We all know there's no better way to start discussing a convention than choosing a theme. You know, a theme is essential to let the public know what the con is about. SakuraCon in Reno, its theme was science. Pretty good.
That's Kiki.
Max, I'm giving a panel.
That's
what are
dog.
you doing?
It's my dog.
I'm giving a panel.
She's so cute.
Conversely, Sac Anime's theme, spending money. If you love doing that, you'll love that con. AnimeCon in San Jose, their theme was racing. The RNC's was racism. But for our perfect con, we need a theme that's new and relevant. You know, something every anime fan should have an opinion about. And that's why I'm proud to announce that the theme of our TBD con is AI art. With this theme, we won't have to pay any artists.
Fucking serious, man?
Yes.
You have the right idea with AI art, not in that it should be our theme, but in that we do need something that every anime fan has an opinion on. But it seems as though there's a little bit of divergence. Most of us are cool, some of us are wrong on AI art. I think we need something we have a unanimous agreement towards to be the theme of our convention.
Ooh, I know.
Yeah. Are we thinking the same thing?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Body odor. Okay, good.
Yes, body odor. Definitely not whatever is behind the body odor image. And that's why we're proud to announce the name of our convention. AX. Axe Body Spray Expo. We're even happy to announce that we will be partnering with Axe to give everyone a free bottle of body spray with your convention swag bag.
Oh, let's go.
It even comes pre-piece bonded. Now, I know what you're saying. It's pretty dangerous to give everyone a flammable device when entering the convention and encouraging use of said device. But what can I say? We need our convention attendees to be lemony fresh, or whatever that scent is. I'm not sure. Axe body spray scares me because I was allergic to it as a kid, so people would shove me in lockers and spray me with it to give me asthma attacks.
Are you okay?
So we're going to take our stage 0 and make sure that we have regular performances from the cool older kid from down the street, demonstrating exactly how flammable Axe body spray is. And if you attend one of these demonstrations, you will be given your own lighter afterwards so that you too can practice safe not lighting your Axe body spray on fire. Now, the bad news is purchasing all these lighters has gone into our budget a lot, so smoke detectors out the window. Good news, with the save money, we are going to be able to afford fire insurance. Better news, Luigi knows what to do about that.
It was worth it.
Hell yeah, brother.
But to circumvent any PR disaster this may cause, we have flawless advertising for our convention. And you know, Max, I really think we need to spread the word on this one.
You're right. Now, we need to advertise our convention to people who have a shared passion for anime. We need to go where those people are. Sports games, monster truck rallies, the Bass Pro Shop.
Max? Anime fans don't go there.
But people who like beating up anime fans do. And they would love to come to our con. But you're right, we should also appeal to anime fans, so they have someone to beat up. So we're going to go where the anime fans live. I once was like you, a true enjoyer of anime. And I know exactly where you get your anime. And that is, of course, BitTorrent. Is that right? Is that where kids still get their anime from? As you know that there are like 3 streaming services, they're going to collapse.
I get mine from Dailymotion.
So by hosting our own episodes of anime with various legitimate businesses, we can include hard-coded subtitles that ever so slightly tweak the plots of the anime to seamlessly integrate TBDCon into the episode. That way, when you're done watching the episode, you can't help but wait to go to our convention. So let me show you this in practice. If I am dead, I won't die. If I am dead, I won't be at TBDCon. I will now proceed to pleasure myself with this fish. I'll now proceed to pleasure myself at TBDCon. Hand check. That is jarring.
Yeah, that's grim.
Just according to Keikaku, translator knows Keikaku means TBDCon. I mean, if you aren't eager to go to convention after these ads, great news. The torrents are also Trojan horses. All of the viruses will steal your crypto, and your wallet will only be released with confirmation of a ticket purchase.
I have to cover up every PR disaster, right? Right?
No. This isn't a PR disaster.
Maybe no one will mind if at least we have a cute mascot. And for TBDCon, we need a mascot that's cute, recognizable, and most importantly, marketable.
What the fuck is that?
That's Gutama, the lazy egg. Loves showing their crack on.
Wait, why are we sexualizing eggs? That's pretty weird.
I don't know. It's what the people want.
The people want a fucking egg.
I guess so. So with our AI art savings, we hired a scientist to apply these 3 principles and create the most optimal mascot. So without further ado, the TBDCon 2025 mascot will be Goku.
Yeah, are you applauding all of the lawsuits we're gonna get? We need to change that mascot.
Fine. I guess we'll use our backup OC Do Not Steal, Girlku. And maybe, just maybe, Girlku will be more than just the mascot to our convention. Maybe they'll rise to fame. I want to see Girlku cosplayers, Girlku VTubers, maybe even Girlku is a star of a Daikon level animation. I mean, we're fast approaching the TBDCon Girlku franchise, and we've just started planning our first con.
Oh, hold on. Before we start franchising out our convention, we should talk about like where we're even going to host it.
Yeah.
I mean, without a good venue, a convention's going to fall apart. I mean, I just really like the SakuraCon venue. It's great.
It's really good.
So obviously the first idea for a convention venue is a convention center. They come in a lot of sizes from multi-block dedicated spaces, some of which go over the road to connect other multi-block dedicated spaces to, I don't know, the first floor of your local Holiday Inn. And, I mean, these are great, but this has everything you need for a decent convention. But sometimes you don't want to throw a decent convention. Sometimes you want to use the fairgrounds. There's like 2 people who are like, yeah, that checks out. The upside of the fairgrounds is it's just one big space, so you don't have to think about it. The downside is that means it's just one big space. You could basically just slap in a vendor hall and a main stage, and that's all you can do. Pretty easy to plan. Downside, it's a big space. Sometimes you can't fill the vendor hall. But, you know, one convention chain has figured out a way around that. That is, of course, Anime Impulse. With Anime Impulse, they'll just partner with any other group they can find to just like fill that space. SneakerCon, Idolfest, Car Show, probably like a Razer Expo. They do not care. If they can partner with it, they will. But we're discriminate. Our convention is only going to partner with something that makes a lot of sense with the anime community. So we're proud to announce our partnership, but I'm curious who you all think we're going to work with. So we've got the anime convention. What else is going to take up the rest of the vendor hall space? Any guesses? Yes. You're right, a gun show.
What? Max, that's not safe. Gun culture is no place in an anime con.
Okay. I'll meet you halfway. How about we partner with a third group that has a lot in common with both gun shows and anime? We're going to organize an elementary school field trip.
You kidding? What if you can't get the convention center of your dreams? Simple answer, you do the next best thing. I think you should find a place that's cheap with a lot of room.
You've clearly never been to a love hotel.
Oh, shit. My bad, I meant a place like your local abandoned mall. Or, if you're Sac Anime, the nearest vaccination site should be just fine.
Yeah.
That is real.
That is real. Yeah. Anyway, now we should talk about the main thing you do at conventions, which is, of course, dual consumerism. Most of you are probably going to spend the plurality of your time at a con in the vendor hall, unless you're some sick fuck with 12 panels. But who would ever do something like that? Definitely not me. I'm not already exhausted.
You're not even like a third of the room.
Anyway, the layout of your vendor hall is important. You want to maximize the ability to separate your attendees from their money, and you want to spread that predation as evenly as possible around all vendors. But sometimes it's hard to do that, because sometimes people feel uncomfortable in that space, because the vendor next to them is selling this fucking thing. And I don't know about you, when I see that, I don't want to spend money for a couple of minutes, because it just makes me upset. And you walk around in a vendor hall, and it's like that many places are selling Ahego hoodies or like other like lewd art, and it's a bad idea to have it so spread out. You should consolidate it, and I think the best thing to do is to consolidate it into an area where people are already kind of fleeing in and out of. That way, it's easiest to avoid. And the place that people most flee in and out of in a vendor hall is, of course, the entrance. So we're going to relocate all the lewd stuff to the entrance. And I know you're saying that seems troublesome because we didn't have enough lewd artists.
Yeah,
and
nowhere near enough.
That's
what are you going to do?
I figured the next best thing to lewd artists, at least to put next to, is just a bunch of stages that just sell Bluey merch. That way you can drop your kids off while you go and get hand checked.
One thing we will absolutely not tolerate are those disgusting thick Pokemon card tapestries. Like, imagine buying something you wouldn't want to show your church pastor who talks to you after every Sunday Mass and texts you multiple times every week. What? Do I have something?
Yeah, you have a church pastor kind of all over here.
We're not here to talk about my church pastor. We're here to talk about the Artist's Alley.
I mean, do you really care? I mean, the vendors give us more money.
What do you think, though?
I
What's
think
your
okay.
solution?
Okay. So, we're not going to have an Artist Alley. Don't get me wrong, you can still apply to be in the Artist Alley. You just will not get accepted. You might be wondering, what are we going to do with all the art people are submitting, though? Great question. Step one, we're removing the credit.
Absolutely. It's coming back.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Yammer Pro's cursing us. Okay. So we're going to take all the art people submit for the Artist Alley and plug it into a large language model or whatever the fuck else generates AI art. And we're just going to shove it in a vending machine. You go up to the vending machine, you type out what you want, and it's going to charge you $20 and just shoot out a print that combines everyone's artistic talents together. That way we don't need an Artist Alley, and everyone gets exactly what they want. It's perfect.
I have to give you credit. That does sound pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But I ask you, why let all the vendors and artists have all the fun? It's our con. We should be able to sell what we want. Do you have any suggestions?
I have some real suggestions. Okay, so here's the thing. Most cons, you can get a t-shirt of the convention. You got one, right?
I got a hoodie.
Oh, you got
a t-shirt.
Yeah,
roasted by the guy.
Yeah. He gave me shit for buying a t-shirt. He was like, "You waited in line for this?" I'm like, "Should I have not? Should I have stolen it? Like, what do you want from me?" You could get a shirt at Target. you can get a shirt at Michael's and paint on it. That's stupid. Convention should be selling real merch that's really useful to attendees. Poster tube, so you have something to carry all the prints you buy in. A print binder, so once you realize you've purchased 80 prints and have nowhere to hang them because you're out of wall space, you have somewhere to put them. And of course, because y'all are gross, water bottles for your thirst.
To be clear, those are real ideas. That's like the only time.
The fact that no convention has branded poster tubes is absolutely insane to me.
So, those are your ideas.
Yes.
I feel ridiculous now proposing we sell one of these. It's just some shitty hoodie you'll wear twice and never again.
You could make it worse.
Oh, like this?
No. It still has the most valuable part of the hoodie, the kangaroo pocket.
Oh, okay, so like this.
You could still make it worse. Hell yeah.
Anyways, the point is, I want to sell something that has a lasting impact, something you won't forget about. That's why we will be selling permanent tattoos. Why put big titties on prints when you can put them on your arm, or leg, or back, or even breasts? And we should sell something we all use. Something we all use. Something we all use in the way that's intended.
Next time, talk about our guests, the part that this guy's been waiting for some reason. So, if I learned anything from soulless corporate conventions, coming at you second. I'm going to submit this to their con, and they're going to be really upset when they realize what I'm doing. Anyway, if I learned anything from soulless corporate cons, it's that people aren't going to conventions to go to panels, hang out with people in the gaming hall, or make new friends at a cosplay meetup.
Who would do that?
No. They're spending $80 to get a Funko Pop signed by their 6th favorite voice actor. So, let's do that. But we don't have a lot of money here at TBD Con. So we have to be very careful about who we invite to our convention. Our first financial workaround is to invite people with names similar to famous celebrities, but not quite the same. Just really kind of inadvertently confuse people. So our first guest that we were thinking of booking was noted YouTube historian Mr. Beat. But then
sounds good.
But then someone reached out to us with a really similar name. And that seems good. They're not charging anything. So instead we are inviting Mr. Beast.
I think that's it.
Who is this? For the bit, you were supposed to know who this was, and then
didn't they do Squid?
And then it transitions us to them. You're ruining the bit. Okay, so fucking Jimmy Donaldson here has contributed absolutely nothing to society. Besides his just corporatized altruism, poverty porn, and just flat out plagiarism. That's all this man does, and it's terrible. But you know what else he's gonna do? He's gonna give us $10 million to go to our convention. You know why? Because he can say he did.
And that's worth it. That's worth the money to him.
And are we going to embezzle that money? Stitches get stitches, man. That's what the Axe body spray flamethrowers are for. Don't talk.
So we have one more guest lined up for TBD Con. Any guesses?
Is it Bobby Block?
No, he canceled. And I think he's no longer friends with you.
Oh no.
Does anyone here have any guesses?
Who's your dream guest?
Yeah, who do you want in TBD Con? This is the only time a con will listen to you, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's, our last guest was canceled. And what we realized was that if you get a canceled guest, you pay way less money.
That's so true. I know who we're going to get.
Yeah.
Let's get the one and only, the star of Morbius, Jared Leto. Unfortunately, he only agreed to come, and we allowed him to morb all over the audience. We don't know what that means, so we suggest you bring your raincoat, umbrella, or protective napkins. And, we're very safe, just to be safe. We've installed a professional eye wash station in case you get morgue in your eyes.
And in case he shows you the film Morbius, we have installed an auxiliary eye wash station filled with bleach. We have not marked which is which. It doesn't seem very safe, does it?
No, but we'll probably have to discuss how we'll keep our convention safe, right?
Wait, we're doing that?
Yeah, after all, safety is
we're partnering with a gun show.
Safety is important, or at least that's what we like to say out loud.
So the first bit of safety you encounter at a convention is, of course, peace bonding. And this is to stop people from having things like metal rods or swords or plastic money guns that they were going to use in their Waluigi time at a panel. But then the convention said no because they thought it was dangerous because paper cuts might hurt someone or something.
That con liked us spending money, not shooting money.
Yeah. Anyway. We have a pretty simple solution to the peace bonding situation, which is, just don't be an idiot. And you know what they say, stitches get stitches get stitches. I don't like that phrase, it's too easy to fumble.
You're losing it.
Yeah.
We need at least one unicorn security guard. That's my bottom line. And don't worry, I'll be sure they're armed with the most deadly weapon known to man. A yowie paddle.
Obviously not here. This is like the first con to ban yowie paddles.
Good job, honestly.
Good job, SakuraCon. Unlike another con I went to that had cutting boards for sale with the con logo on it, and the cutting boards did not have grooves around them. And my rule is if the cutting board doesn't have a groove, it's a yowie paddle. That's the rule. Anyway, I think another safety thing we have to discuss is masking. So initially, our plan was to not mandate masks because, honestly, no one will go to your con if you mandate masks anymore. But given I don't trust vaccines are going to exist in the next year, we might want to encourage everyone to mask unless they want to wander the artist alley in an iron lung or something. That doesn't seem very comfortable. And I know what you're saying. If a group of masked people, it's kind of illegal now. But if we just steal the land the convention is on, I'm sure the government will be okay with us. But if you really want to get sick post-con, take a couple days off work to rest, recuperate, and frame the 80 prints you purchased, that's fine. We will have a coughing in each other's mouth station. So you can catch that lovely con crowd.
That's almost as gross and off-putting as the next section we're going to talk about, con food. And food is important. That's undeniable. We need it to live, and unfortunately for us, that includes con-goers as well.
Do we need them to live? They just need to buy the ticket.
We need them to live through the weekend. But to do that, they need to have at least some energy to keep their legs moving and their wallets open. This in mind, what are the point of maid cafes? They aren't the best place to get your culinary pleasures, nor are they the best place to get your less than culinary pleasures. And they definitely aren't the best place for a genuine Japanese cultural experience. What's their use? My only guess is, are they for people to live out their dream of pretending to be at a Japanese high school culture festival? Is that it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's the genuine Lucky Star experience.
Yeah, am I weird about this? My bottom line is if you're hungry, buy food. If you're horny, buy hentai. And if you want an authentic Japanese cultural experience, apply to be on The Amazing Race. But if you really, really, really want to buy something delicious and phallic, look no further than those local hot dog vendors that mysteriously show up outside the convention hall. They're nice, incredibly insistent you buy something. I definitely have never scammed one of my friends out of $10. So what if we work together with them? Heck, why not even let them in the convention hall early before even the vendors show up?
Remember, if you're cold, they're cold. Let them inside. So, you're right. This is really difficult. So I think for our food, we need to find something that's, inexpensive, easy, and authentic. And when you combine all of those, I think it only one thing makes sense. And we're proud to announce that TBDCon will have an exclusive partnership for catering with Panda Express. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
No, you're not.
So anyway, after all of our attendees eat their post-hangover lunch, is there any reason you Panda Express sober? I don't think so. We have to. They then they get ushered outside into their convention after party. And what a sad state of affairs we have. So many conventions post-pandemic closing early, forcing these poor young adults out into the cold to drink at a local park. They look so miserable. We need to provide adequate post-con content for them. We're going to have a bar crawl. But a lot of people, they're afraid of trying new things like food, alcohol, restaurants, or genres of anime. So we're going to just have the bar crawl go to 2 destinations we all feel safe at, and that is, of course, Chili's and Applebee's. Now, while you're there, you might go to the bathroom, and you might see that one guy who beat you up in middle school. And he might try to give you a swirly again for liking anime, but this time, to his left is a Sasuke cosplayer. To his right is Ichigo.
Let's go.
And behind him is one of those Bunko Stray Dogs, or whatever another anime is. The 4 of you strike back. You give him a swirly. You leave him on the floor. And filled with an adrenaline rush, you and your friends are ready to take it to the streets, get out of the bars, to march onto the Capitol and demand change. We will stop every Brad and Chad and Karen and Stacy and JD and Elon and Donald as we rush to the Capitol and fuck.
Ooh.
And we go back to Applebee's and Chili's. And we get what is the only legally allowed variant of fajitas, the white ones. And we drink a virgin strawberry daiquiri. And we wish the world was a better place.
We're
And
not
it
even,
isn't.
we're not even cool enough to drink.
Yeah.
Or, instead of this, we could check out the attractions at the convention. Because, every con has a vendor hall and artist alley. But some cons like to spice things up. SnafuCon, for instance, has origami and Lego tables. That's so small, though. You gotta drink.
No, seriously, SnafuCon, every table at that convention has, Legos on it. They're like, please never be bored here.
Good con.
It is a good con, but we're going to do better than that. So here's some notable things we've seen other cons do. Obviously, DashCon had an incredibly impressive ball pit that was well received by everybody. Not to be outdone, TwitchCon had an even more impressive foam pit. But there were a few problems with these. As you can tell, the structural stability of that ball pit, lacking. Those balls are getting on the disgusting convention floor. We don't know what that floor has touched. In the foam pit, not enough foam. Some of the influencers fell and hurt themselves, which, I probably don't care about them, but that seems like a legally gray area. We need something safer. We need something more sanitary. We need the used needle pit from Saw 2.
Whoa. Don't you think that crosses a line? I think we need something a little more safe. Maybe we could work with the vendors for a body pillow pit?
Do you know what these people do with body pillows? These are disgusting. The only thing I can think of that is less sanitary than a body pillow is a bottle of a garbage can full of Kleenex and a couple of socks. At this point, just give everybody hepatitis.
Speaking of used socks, it's time we talk about viewing rooms. Personally, I've always found the concept very limiting. Why stop at anime at all? You have a theater, why not show whatever you want?
Yeah, like The Room. We could all get together and watch The Room.
That's a great idea, but I think we should go with my idea.
Okay, is it because your idea has a slide and mine doesn't?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the rooms is exclusively for our favorite episodes of Jackie Chan Adventures, shown in non-consecutive order. But for the adults in the audience, For those a little more risque, the second room, we're going to have something for the tentacle lover. That's right. We're going to be showing My Octopus Teacher. And of course, in order to responsibly do this, we're going to be collaborating with the local church and that pastor who's way too into it. And we'll have required confessional booths at every exit, including the emergency ones. So whatever you do, you leave sinless.
You have a real thing for pastors right now.
I think it's the opposite.
They have a real thing for you.
And I know what you're thinking. There's a problem with viewing rooms. And you're right. Viewing rooms bring out a primal human desire from us. Something that's inappropriate to be seen in public. That's right. We need to prevent sleeping in our viewing rooms. So how do we do this? How do we conquer sleep? Maybe we could give out matchsticks so they could hold their eyes open. Or, maybe make the seating less comfortable. Or maybe even implement between episode jump scares. I think we should talk about karaoke rooms.
That's what the slides seem to indicate we're supposed to do now.
Yeah. A completely reasonable attraction. I'm going to be honest. I love karaoke rooms. They're perfect places for good singers to show off to their friends, or for average congoers to demonstrate a lack of shame, or even out themselves as a Bleach fan. Karaoke is fun, but let's be real. We don't want to run it all night. But we'd be buzzkills if we were to implement a hard cutoff. So instead of having a hard cutoff at some point in the night when we feel like stopping, we'll just change all the songs to Nickelback.
Hell yeah.
We got them as well. But you may be thinking, how do we prevent people from singing songs we don't like? That's very important.
Like Nickelback?
Yeah, like Nickelback. Do you have any ideas, Max?
First of all, I actually think 1,000,000 miles an hour is pretty okay.
Shut up. You're done. There's a simple answer. Bullying.
We're letting him in. Here's the thing, though. Not like if Troy shows up, not only is he going to beat the shit out of you, but he's going to sing you under the table. I mean, sure, did they have someone else sing all of Zac Efron's parts in High School Musical? Yeah. Are we going to do anything about that? No.
Lip sync king.
Yeah, the lip sync king himself. There's another problem with karaoke rooms besides them running too long. Is that they feel kind of low energy. It's just a bunch of people anxiously sitting, waiting their turn to sing, and one person singing. We really want to liven it up, which is why we're going to introduce a 2-drink minimum to enter the karaoke room. The only problem is that, as established earlier, we don't drink.
This is water.
Yeah, this is water. The only alcohol we're familiar with is isopropyl. So I think it's going to get really fun really quickly. And just to be clear, do not drink isopropyl alcohol. There is a reason there is a skull and crossbones on there. It is poison. Do not drink isopropyl alcohol. Also, do not go into our manga library. Yeah.
We have a manga library?
We weren't going to. But then we realized something. If you introduce a library to a convention, you're going to piss off the right people, and they're going to advertise your con for you. That's why as soon as we found out Moms for Fascism was ready to boycott our con, we were on it. We introduced some really controversial books.
Are they still controversial?
I mean, it's just true. Okay, some really controversial books.
No, they obviously like that.
Yeah, they would be into that.
That's correct.
Okay, we're making it a hentai room. I mean, they'd be into it, though. Alabama First Cousins. It's this is the joke.
I don't have anything to say on that.
You don't want to kiss your sis?
No. I want to give panels, Max. That's what I want to do. And I'll bet you can guess we have a lot to say regarding panels at conventions. Like, These are all the panels we've ever given.
No, that's every con we've been to. That is not a full list of the panels. I have a problem.
Yeah, I've given like 50 panels, and max like 3 times.
If you've ever wondered what undiagnosed OCD looks like, it's that. I don't have the cool OCD that makes you clean your room. I have the stupid OCD that makes you make a fucking spreadsheet of every con you've been to and every presentation you've done. Here's the worst part. I made that like last year. That goes back to 2017. Because I was able to scratch together everything I'd done in those 6 years.
Being a panelist is a great honor and joy. It's something I pride myself on. Because of it, I've gone to so many wonderful conventions, met so many wonderful people. And it's just such a pivotal turning point in my life. That being said, don't give us panels.
Classic mistake, SakuraCon.
Don't get me wrong, if you give us panels, we will take them. We will eat all of your slots if you let us. Like, take our very own SakuraCon, for instance, who sent us what I can only describe as a wellness check when we submitted almost 20 panels for a 3-day convention. Thankfully, we listened to reason and have an incredibly generous and schedule this convention season.
Yeah, that seems doable. I think we could do that.
Yeah.
I fucking hope so.
As much as we love our special guests at TBDCon, we really shouldn't give any of them panels. It's not that they're bad at giving panels. It's that they're terrible at giving panels. If you ever want to see a voice actor get tired of answering the same 4 questions asked by children, these are the places for you to be. Like, really, guest panels are just advertisements for autograph booths. Kind of like how most animes are just advertisements for mangas. You know that's true. And speaking of people who read manga, I don't think it's a good idea to give the fans panels either. Like, most fan panels aren't firing on all cylinders, ours included.
I've messed up like 4 times.
I mean, sure, there's the occasional good one, but by and large, not great. Like last year, I went to a Fire Emblem panel where I saw grade school level bullying. The panel was well thought out and had a lot of heart. However, the panelists were unable to get 2 sentences in without being interrupted by the audience. Like, seriously, to effectively run a panel, you can't just let yourself be harassed by the 3 weird fans talking about the gender bending mod. Like, that's important.
Thank you all for not trying to constantly hijack our panel. We really appreciate it. You're a great audience.
Thank you. And there's more of you than I thought they'd be. Not gonna lie.
They've been showing up.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We don't actually want people to go to panels at TBDCon. What we want is for people to see a full schedule and assume there's things to do other than buy things. That way when they attend, they show up and only buy things. So I propose we should have a lot of panels that absolutely no one will show up to. I think we should fill the con with exclusively just my Dungeons & Dragons panel. It'll look busy and no one will show up. Perfect.
We need a second panel room. We can't do D&D in media a critical fail in 2 rooms.
I guess that's true.
Okay.
It's much like
So what we're going to do, our second panel room, our first panel room is, of course, monopolized by whatever Thomas is doing. And just to make it a little bit better, we are going to include a lot of natural light and give him a $50 projector. It's going to be great. We like to call it the Sak Anime Experience.
The one Sak Anime fan left.
God, yeah. There's so many of them. But we're going to do something a little bit different in our other room. I mean, no, we're still going to do the Sak Anime thing. We're just going to fill the other room with fan Q&A panels. You know, just marshal 12, 16-year-olds on the stage so they can, like, field questions in character. Because I can't think of anything worse than them going up and the first question they're asked is, what's your favorite Chapel Roan song? Or what's your character's favorite color? Because for some reason, the audience of those panels doesn't know how to answer a good question. And I'm sure that, like, with a good performer, you could play off of that. But again, this is 12, 16-year-olds being marshaled.
I think you're punching down a bit with that one.
You're right. Let's move on. So our reason for this, though, is simple. First, our convention looks busy. Second of all, we're not offering refunds to panelists. They have to pay their way into the con. And if we're doing fan Q&A panels, that's a lot of panelists that have to buy con badges. And none of them are probably old enough to buy a lot of stuff at the con anyway, so it's the only way we're going to get money from them or their fans. Everyone else will just go shopping. Oh yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, that's you.
Another classic convention requirement is, of course, having a gaming hall. And I would know that. I once ran a gaming hall at a con. We had a Super Smash Bros. Ball tournament, and they could only use Wiimotes. I'm a monster. And I figured that makes sense. Let's just continue that. So our con's gaming hall will only have Nintendo Wiis, primarily because I'm sure we could find enough in a dumpster to fill out the room. And the only problem, though, is the Nintendo Wii kind of discourages users from having a good time. You're not allowed to, move around, pop off. We want to fix that.
Yeah, let's go.
So it's going to be a full contact gaming room. And we're going to partner with the local antique dealer who will have a break it, you buy it policy. Tabletop gaming. We need to have that, but just a little bit, so it looks like we give a shit. But we found a good place to have tabletop gaming. We're going to put it on some tables in some high traffic areas. That's right, the changing stations and bathrooms.
But what if they actually need those tables?
If your little parasite has a boom boom, we have extra tables in the vendor hall.
So, with all of these past 40 minutes of wisdom, what is the perfect convention? It's something that brings together everything we've talked about. And that's why I propose the perfect con is, drumroll, it's SakuraCon. And this is just such a good convention. No, think about it. Beautiful location. Perfect celebrity guests, well-thought convention merch, and an after party with the perfect amount of people. Nothing can beat SakuraCon, and that is a fact.
Does anyone know where SakuraCon is? We haven't found it yet.
If it doesn't exist, I will break down.
It's all I've been waiting for all year.
It's why we traveled to Seattle.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Okay, fine.
So, I regret to inform you all, this wasn't just us playing with hypotheticals. TBDCon was real, and we actually did it, don't at me. And, it was a good con. I had a good time. I got food poisoning. I managed to pick up a few big titty prints. Sorry, I didn't mean to be inappropriate.
I like that you pick, a very flat Cynthia for that.
What are you talking about? And finally, I spent the weekend cosplaying as an escalator, but unfortunately, no one stepped on me. Unfortunately, my positive TBDCon experience was not shared by everyone. It seems it was about as well liked as recent Marvel movies. I mean, frankly, most con-goers hated the vendors, the artist alley, the main stage, the karaoke, the rest of the attractions, the viewing room. The food, However, the good news is we were told that the convention smelled nice. And it's probably the first ever con to do that. So, Max, how was your TBDCon?
This is great. Counting so much. What? I left my wallet in the bag. Yeah, give me some cash to count. Thanks.
No.
Great convention, guys.
Wait, how did you get all of that money that's yours and not mine?
I'm your wallet for the bid.
No, I'm being serious. How did you get that money? We had about as many attendees as people in this room.
Well, you see, that's about how much money you gave me. Well, you see, while TBDCon was a failure, that was the point. This was a producer situation. Because the real point of TBDCon was to sell our partner TBD Coin. Because the only way to buy access to the convention was through TBD Coin. And you would use your TBD Coin to purchase stuff from the vendors. So after the consumers, you spent your money to the vendors, we rug pulled TBD Coin. So the vendors have nothing, and we have all the money.
And we probably shouldn't say more.
No, no one was recording that, right? There isn't no filming policy.
You
at this
heard
con.
nothing. You heard nothing. Snitches get stitches.
Snitches get an improvised flamethrower.
And a special thanks. So if you have any questions, there is a microphone over there. Any questions or suggestions for the next TBD Con, we'd love to hear them.
Yeah, we want what can make TBD Con next year even better. Additionally, this is our list of panels going forward. God, I still can't see that light is so bright. So we just did Convention Planning Simulator. Next up in this room at 7. Oh yeah, that's the old name. Who gives a shit? At 7:30 is Pokemon Film Review Hour, and then where we review every Pokemon film. Because
we're normal.
Yeah, we're normal. We definitely didn't just give a 45-minute panel about how much we don't like bad anime convention tropes. And then at 9 o'clock is the Fall of House of Miyazaki about how Miyazaki is a talentless hack. Saturday at 10 a.m., the Super Mario Bros. Super panel about Super Mario media, not just the Super Show, though we do talk about it a lot.
I love the Super Show.
At 11:30 is Top Percentage into the Joeyverse, a panel all about youngster Joey from Pokemon Gold, Silver, and his various adventures.
I can't wait to give that to all 2 audience
It's
members.
so fucking unhinged. And then at 1 p.m. is Cthulhu for School Board because, if you can't win the presidency, you might as well run for something, right? 6:30 is Waluigi Time, featuring all the games Waluigi should be in. Anime Survivor is at 8, where we put anime characters in a Survivor simulator and see who would win. Sunday at noon is D&D and Media that no one should go to, as we've established.
That's mine.
Exactly, no one should go to it.
We should go there.
And then at 3 p.m., Sonic and Unfortunate History, which is exactly what it says on the tin. Again, you can scan that QR code to follow our social media. And with that, if you have any questions about this panel or things you would like to see at a bad convention going forward, please come to the microphone and we will give you a ribbon. Yes. Thank you for your bravery, sir.
No problem. I go to your panels a lot.
Why? Fanime didn't take this
You're
panel.
so based for that, but I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for me too. Do you think SakuraCon would work now, considering the recent backlash involving his recent redesign in the Shrek 5 trailer?
Listen, so Shrek got some surgery, okay?
Good for him.
Good for him, okay? He was cheaper this year.
Here's the thing. You've seen Shrek 2. He's already had a lot of surgery. Can we bring back Fuckboy Shrek? I want Fuckboy Shrek back. Would you like a thing?
Oh, yeah,
a ribbon? We also have business cards.
I'm glad we think
Those are my 2 favorite things, are business cards and ribbons.
That way you can hire us when we're out of jobs.
Yeah, I need a fucking... Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm happy with my job. It's weird. Any other things? Yeah, slowly. Come on. Don't be scared. I'm not mean.
Yes, you are. I'm not mean.
Shut up. Don't tell them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You should add an acid bath so that we will have a place to clean off all the filth from the...
Ooh, I like that.
That is good.
Okay. So would it be... Should we acid bath them on their way in? That way we know they're clean coming into the con?
On their way in,
Uh-huh.
cleanse them. And then you give them a rip-off regeneration potion. They do their stuff at the con. Then you cleanse coming out, so that's 2 acid baths and 2 regen potions.
Oh, do we have to give them the regen potion on the way out? That sounds pretty expensive.
Well,
It's more expensive going out.
Well, we sell it. Oh, we're selling the potions. Ooh. I like that.
honestly, adding an acid bath would have made the DashCon ball pit a lot better.
I like your acid bath. Come on up, grab a thing.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Mr. Camping Convention.
Well, that's what I tell my boss.
Good. I think he's at a family reunion right now.
Have some actual celebrity coming, but with no crowd management. You would actually start your people counting on 5 minutes before the autograph, so people would start unzipping, and
So-
they would allow Funko Pops.
So first off, we don't believe in crowd management at TBD.
We also don't believe in Funko Pops, but go on.
Yeah, no Funko Pops, no crowd management. It is a brawl to the signatures.
You know what I love? I think we should encourage people to bring carts filled with stuff to sign, at least 30 things, so they can sign and sell immediately afterwards. And that way, the people who actually want to see and meet the guests have to wait bare minimum an hour and a half. I love it when that happens.
Yeah, it would be better if some scalpers stand in front and start unzipping themselves. One person line up, end up 50.
So I'm hearing unzipping themselves and just assuming they need to get their dicks signed. That's what I'm hearing you.
No, I mean, unzipping.
Are they going to sell their dicks?
Oh, unzipping as one person turning into 50.
Oh.
Yeah.
So a really elaborate Vincent Adult Man situation.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up in a trench coat and I'm going to be too tall for the building.
3 weebs in a trench coat.
Just open up the trench coat and we'll go falling
My
in.
friend is coming in and he just came back from the washroom.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He just came back from the acid bath.
You can get a ribbon.
Yeah, you get a ribbon.
Or should I say unarchiving instead of unzipping?
Yeah, I'd say just like, I'm holding the spot. Well, actually, sorry, one sec. If we're doing the spot holding thing, we are going to bring in, if people are familiar with the movie Super. No, perfect. We're going to bring that guy in, and he's just going to monkey wrench everyone who butts in line. No butts. No one has seen Super. That's
Legitimately,
fine.
though, I think giving buzzers at a convention would be a good idea.
Buzzers?
Like, yeah, pagers. You know those things you get when you order food and you
Yeah.
need to know when it's ready? Those would be really convenient.
Okay.
To make the most money, you should just charge them to even enter the building and exit, and then go into any room they need.
I mean, I think that's the acid bath thing.
Well, no, I like that. When they go in, you snap their hands, and when they try to go in again, you gaslight them into saying they've gotten the wrong staff. So they have to pay again and get another staff, and we just repeat this for like 4 staffs.
Yeah, if we gaslight gatekeep girl boss our way through the convention, we get so much more money. Oh, you're right. Good.
Thank you.
God damn
Do
it,
you have a
Natalie.
business card?
Yes.
Oh, you got it.
No, I have
Thank
a really
you.
great idea. I think that you guys should partner with some local farmers markets, like vendors, and then instead of having a ball pit, you can have a tomato pit. And also, people can have like their lettuce signed. There's so many great ideas.
So we will sell tomatoes, but exclusively to throw at the guests.
And I'd consider it only if we got cabbage vendor as a guest.
Yeah, if James Sy was there, you could throw cabbage at him. Otherwise, we'd be willing to sell tomatoes to throw at guests, but if you try to eat the tomato, we will take it from you.
Honestly,
And I know that's what you're going to do with it, because you're upset we had to get burgers for lunch because there aren't any salads nearby.
you're still not in the panel.
Yeah.
I do think tomatoes to throw at Jared Leto is a good idea, though.
So when I was in college, I was in student government, and I pushed for us to get Aaron Carter to present on campus. He's cheap. He's like $10,000. That's not a lot for booking a celebrity musician. And my idea was we would sell tomatoes to throw at Aaron Carter. I didn't tell admin that was my part of the idea. I just told them people would like Aaron Carter. Turns out I was right. A lot of people would have liked Aaron Carter, but we had someone just do a Chainsmokers DJ set. It was sad. I'm so upset.
Speaking of sad, are those all the questions we're gonna get? Let's go.
I think you should try doing the badge collection thing that happened today, but instead have the fast pass section.
So you think our convention should institute a caste system?
Yes.
I like the way you think.
I mean,
That being said, you're still bottom cast.
Disney has introduced that, and it has made every aspect of their park worse. So I think we should go forward with it. You're right. Yeah, fast pass. I'm not going to comment on the badge system. Having we don't know enough about everything that went on to like be mean yet. I remember one year I was at Fan Man and I had to wait 6 hours because all the computers went down for a while. They just put us in a room and they're like, we'll come back for you later.
That's a little rough.
Good luck.
You can.
Oh yeah.
get
Please
your
come
things.
take a thing. Thank you for participating.
Wasn't able to pick up my past midnight last night.
Oof. Yeah, we get it online at 3 and we got out at 6.
Rough day. You didn't get to eat
Yeah,
at
well,
the cheese place.
Yeah, we didn't go to Beechers. We're still devastated.
Beechers.
Do you really go to Seattle if you haven't eaten at Beechers? What's wrong with you, man? This cheese is good. Yeah, but I don't live here. Yeah, it is. Shockingly, I can't get local Seattle cheese in California. Why do I live in California? I don't know, because I was born there. I can't help it, I was born this way. My family's been in Sonoma County since like the 1800s.
Just change.
I have seen Seattle real estate prices.
Yeah.
Not great.
We live in California.
It's not much better home, is it?
You're in the Bay. I'm at least in the Valley where it's only really expensive.
Listen, the convention markup here, I have not felt it at all. That is my normal.
Any other questions?
Anyone else?
Anyone else have something that could make a convention worse? That's what we're here to find out. Yes, Mr. Background character.
You can advertise childcare, but just have an open room and just toss the kids in there.
So childcare, but no attendees. Okay.
So like Lord of the Flies?
Fuck.
You can throw in like weapons in there.
Well, no,
Wait.
we could include the saw-used needle thing.
Yeah.
I think we should have that, but put like one book or like one big titty print in the room and see what happens.
Here's the thing, like childcare is a good idea, but a lot of us are millennials and Zoomers are parents in the millennial and Zoomer sense, where we don't have kids, but we have like a houseplant and a dog. So obviously we need to also allow houseplants and dogs in that room.
In the same room.
Yeah, in the same room. I need a kid watching my succulents. And that cat just go, fuck that kid.
Oh, so you're saying we should have a baggage claim?
Yes, yeah. Baggage claim for kids. Baggage claim for kids. Also, coat check for the rave. The kids will work. Kids are working the coat check for the rave. They yearn for the coat checks. Yes.
Coat check for the Jared Leto panel.
No, they're selling the tomatoes.
Why don't you just save on the money for staff and just use the children?
You think we're paying staff?
I mean, that'd be using child labor, and we don't. Want
Yeah. If we don't pay the kids, then it's not illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're volunteers. It's fine. Okay. Anything else? Any other ideas?
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Let's go.
How are you gonna make a con worse?
So I waited an hour in line to pick up ID, and when I got there, I thought consult would have required real ID. And I had to go to the DMV and then come back.
So
Tell them about our security.
we did pull this from the panel because we realized we were a little long. But there was a while where in this panel, in order to get peace bonded, we were going to require you to go to the local airport and go through TSA. You're going to have to take a picture with TSA to prove that you were there. In fact,
You're pulling it up.
it's a good. I like the image a lot. It's funny. I'm getting there. There are 125 slides and like 20 are hidden. I can do this. This is quality entertainment. Who cares? Bam.
And now show them the one with Fred Durst.
No, that's not it. That's the police arresting you after you're drunk outside from karaoke. No, I don't.
TSA section.
Oh my god, we got the whole hotel food bit. We're getting there. No, I don't.
There we go. There we go.
Isn't it good? We script our whole fucking thing because we're bad at remembering. Anyway, yeah.
To be fair, we do have like collectively 25 panels.
Yeah, I think that just means we're bad at it, to be honest.
I was devastated when you cut my Spirited Away. What?
I don't even remember it. Anyway, yeah. Oh no, he's back.
You're mandatory to wear your badge, but your legal name and only your legal name is on your badge.
No,
That's a little too real.
no. This that sounds like a policy that the federal government's going to implement. We're good. We don't have to do that.
But if you wanted to put someone else's name on your badge.
No, I think instead of that, you would have to put the anime character you most strongly identify with. But you take a test.
Oh.
Yeah, when you register-
go to BuzzFeed.
When you register, we give you a test on which anime character most represents you, and your answer is always the same. What would be the most shameful character for everyone to get? Sonic. You got Shadow the Hedgehog. There's that one moody 8-year-old's like, yeah, I got Shadow the Hedgehog. And then they're really bubbly sister also got Shadow the Hedgehog and ugh. I'm a vanilla man now. Or cream or whoever. I don't know, man. We're just killing time. We're good at it. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. I'm looking for the hotel food. We don't need to do hotel food. Anyway, we're gonna.
Yeah, anyone else? Last chance?
A fight club.
A fight club.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
Yeah, 1 second.
We'll come. One moment.
Yeah.
No. You're good. You have to go up there and say it, okay? Because I do have something to say on that. So.
Okay. What's the purpose of the tickets?
What's the purpose of the tickets at TVDCon?
Yes. I mean, no, the gold tickets that were being handed out.
You put them on your badge.
Oh, these. Oh, they're badge ribbons.
Yeah, they're cool.
You put them on your badge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
We went to ALA and went, man, that's pretty cool. We should make badges. Because at ALA, you can walk around and get 40 of these things.
Yeah, they make their badges long.
Sorry, it's a SoCal thing. You wouldn't understand.
We didn't understand.
We did not. We are not
Until
SoCal people.
3 months
It's
ago.
like a totally different country. I get it.
Yeah. See, there we go. That look at that.
Oh, let's go. Do you want one more? Do you want? Okay.
We got one accurate.
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
We do a fight club.
Okay. So when I went to SAC Anime in 2009 or 10, they actually had an area where people were fighting with their prop weapons. Just right in the middle grass area of the con, there was a circle of people around and kids just hitting each other with their keyblades and stuff. The dumbest thing you can do is go to the con, buy a model sword, and then immediately break it hitting an 8-year-old.
Listen, doing the
But SAC Anime was there for you.
I think that's a good idea. Let's not stop at a Fight Club. Let's reenact Fight Club. We have Jared Leto.
We get to beat the shit out of him.
Who said anything about fake weapons?
Again, I mean, we don't have a peace bonding policy. That is true.
Well, maybe we could find your 75-pound sword. Yeah.
Yeah, no buster swords.
No, I can't put that sword.
Huh? No.
I can't bring that.
You can. I believe in you. You got this.
So, I didn't hear anything about when or where the TVDCon is.
We haven't decided yet.
That's TBD. That's
Sure, okay, but that would be part of the thing, because most cons are usually during some
3-day weekend or holiday.
holiday.
Yeah.
A holiday or a certain time of the year. So you should do it Death Valley in the summer.
You're right.
Oh.
We quickly.
Or Christmas weekend every year. That just is what it is.
I would say Thanksgiving, but Fan Expo San Francisco is on Thanksgiving weekend.
unironically.
It's weird. You're right. So we didn't get to that part because we had too much content. The Death Valley in the middle of summer. I think it's a seasonal con. We do 2 conventions. One is in Barrow, Alaska, in the middle of winter. It's not Barrow anymore. I don't know what it's actually called, like Ukavik or something. And then, yeah, the other one, I think the problem with Death Valley is it's still too accessible. We want this to be a destination convention. No. So you know in Africa, in the Central Sahara, where you have to ride the coal trains?
I know.
Yeah. No. Ride the coal train 24 hours into like the heart of Mali. And that's where we're gonna be.
How about like
No matter when it is.
What about just not like Point Nemo?
Actually, no, I like Australia because we could do it in like, what is it? Kubi. There's a town that translates to white people in a hole.
Yeah.
Because like half of the homes are underground because it's in the middle of the outback.
Yeah.
That'd be great. We would save so much on air conditioning.
Oh my gosh. Regardless of when it is, I think we should announce it, and then in like a few months, panic and push it back another 4 months.
Yeah. The Fandom Con approach.
Yeah.
What about Slab City?
I mean, Slab City, God, anime convention people are weird, but Slab City.
It's perfect.
We're gonna partner with Burning
Oh yeah,
Man.
did you want to?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
I assumed.
put it in Point Robert. It's in the United States. You need a passport to get there.
We're really focusing on the towns now.
Who said it needs to be a town?
Yeah, it's
Well, they need at least a fairground space, man. Come on. Yes.
What if in the bathrooms you have air fresheners, but they release cigarette gas instead, so it smells like rotten eggs all the time?
yeah, it gets you out of there quick. That's smart.
Yeah,
it gets them to stop doing the unimportant things like washing their hands, so they can go and spend more money at the vendor's hall.
The absolute worst part about using the bathroom at a convention is someone who's just sitting on the toilet scrolling through their phone for a couple of minutes because they have a moment of peace. We can't have that. We have lines at the door, not in the bathrooms. That is our solemn promise. Also, other merch that we should sell is just convention-scented candles.
Yeah. Maybe in the restrooms we could turn up the anime OSTs so they're super loud. You can't get away from them. You need to get out of that room.
No, I'm not going to charge for bath. This isn't Roller Coaster Tycoon. You can grab a thing. After you ask a question, you can grab a thing. If I forget to tell you, you can grab a thing. You're allowed to grab a thing. Yeah, congratulations, you have a badge ribbon. I guess we have to explain what badge ribbons are, because people don't know what those are. They're newer.
Real ID.
Hell yeah, brother. I need to get my real ID. Yeah, you don't get another one. I need to get my real ID still.
So do I.
Yeah,
That's
you can't
right.
travel domestically in a month without it, right? Oh, I have to fly to a wedding in June.
You should get that.
I should do that.
I've been forcibly ejected from a DMV once. What did I do? I checked my phone once during a test.
Oh.
Yeah, and they had one of the employees had what I can only describe as a power trip, as they yelled at me and threatened to call security. And to such a point that the next day the DMV actually called and invited me back in. So I don't know what was going on there.
They just love you so much. Anyway, we're gonna stop doing this panel and have a moment of silence. But in a little bit, our next panel will start. It is Pokemon, right? Pokemon Film Review Hour.
I need to get ready.
What do you have to do? But thank you all for coming. You can stay, you can leave, you can come back, you can do whatever.